Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, March 16th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Thanks to the avid listeners that kick my ass and keep me in shape when needed. How could I forget the other Irish staple for St. Paddy's Day? Castle Bay on Main Street. Another fantastic place, and I will be hitting that on Friday, and you should as well. Anyhow, we do have some news, so shall we? And on my St. Paddy's Day shenanigans, I will be using my own feet or the city's Annapolis Go rideshare to get around because the Popo will be out in force. The Maryland State Police have warned that they will be out in force looking for distracted, impaired, and aggressive drivers with a concentration on Route 97 and Route 50. There's your warning. Don't drink and drive. The state police are also warning about a phone scam going on again. People are saying that police, maybe even spoofing the number, may call and ask for money to either resolve a citation or a donation. Don't do it. Never provide any personal or financial information unless you can verify the source. And remember, police will never call asking for money, period. If they need to arrest you, they're going to find you, unless your name is Roy McGrath, but that's a different story. If you're not sure, get the info from the caller and make a phone call to the police department to verify. The cranes are migrating south. I'm not talking about birds, but I'm talking about the giant cranes that load cargo ships up in Baltimore. They are going to be leaving the port of Baltimore tomorrow morning, and the Key Bridge and the Bay Bridge will both be completely closed for 15 to 30 minutes as these cranes pass under them. The timetable for the Key Bridge is about 9:30 a.m., and the Bay Bridge here in Annapolis at about 1:30 p.m. If you were wondering why the Maryland flags were at half-staff yesterday, it's because Governor Moore ordered them lowered to honor former delegate Sheila Hickson, who recently passed away. She was the longest-serving woman in the Maryland General Assembly. Believe it or not, high school graduations will be here before you know it. You want to head on over to eyeonannapolis.net and check out the listing that we have of all of the dates for all of the schools, and they do start on Monday, June 5th. Something I noticed last night as I was traipsing around town, but 2 area Wendy's fast food restaurants have permanently closed over the past month. The one in the old Kmart Center in Edgewater, and the other one is near the Home Depot in Annapolis, across from Best Buy. All right, that's all I got news-wise. Podcast stuff. Up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight, it will be Save Our Trees. Next weekend will be Natural Benefits. And yesterday at noon, we dropped a bonus pod for the Annapolis Film Festival. We spoke with Josh Green, who's the director of Waves Apart, a good film I can't wait to see. Now, we're going to be dropping them at noon for the next 6 days, so you want to be sure you check them all out. I can't wait for the film festival. Again, tickets and passes are available at annapolisfilmfestival.org, and I hope to see you at the movies. All right, that is a wrap, and as always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and the Maryland Higher Education Commission. So now you just need to hang tight because we have George Young from DC MDVA Weather standing by with the only locally forecast weather report you're going to find. And of course, Trevor is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minute. All that coming up in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, March 16th. Yesterday was a step in the right direction despite continuing breezy winds, but temps will warm up nicely for the Annapolis region today and tomorrow before dropping back down to cold levels over the weekend. Look for sunshine and lighter winds today with highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s across all of Anne Arundel County, to be followed by mid-60s to maybe lower 70s in a few spots tomorrow on breezy southwest winds, but there's a chance for some PM rain as well, so plan accordingly as you head out for St. Patrick's Day festivities on Friday. As for the weekend, there could be some early AM showers Saturday, but skies will clear with highs 50 to 55 degrees, followed by sunshine and temps only in the mid-40s, 4 p.m. high Sunday, with the outlook for early next week being sunshine and highs in the 50s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And don't forget, follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download the DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. The Muddy Creek Artists Guild is hosting Do Art Paint Portraits with Bonnie McLeod at the Deal Elks Lodge on Tuesday. It knits in pieces off of Bestgate Road. Sunday, check out their Diggin' and Double Knitting class. And registration is open for a few more classes coming up, including a spring charm set, their Learn in It April sessions, a techniques class on continental knitting, and I'll learn to crochet a baby blanket class. Tomorrow, the Creative and Performing Arts of South County in Edgewater is having another art night for ages 7 through 10, as well as another session for ages 11 and up. This session's topic is acrylic painting at the Willow Oak Flower and Herb Farm in Severn. On Saturday, they're doing a spring butterfly flower arrangement workshop at Whole Foods in Annapolis. Today, the Half Pint Kids Club is doing sun butter and jelly sushi with an 11 a.m. session as well as a 1 p.m. session. On Saturday, they're doing Kids in the Kitchen with a spa day, learning how to make custom scented lotions, sugar scrubs, lip scrubs, and sweet roll-on perfume. And then on Tuesday, their Half Pint Kids Club is doing fruit and cracker flowers. Also check out tomorrow, they're doing a cheese and wine or beer pairing with cheeses of the UK and Ireland at Art Farm in Annapolis. Their spring and summer camps have registration open now. But tonight, check out their first exposure photography class, as well as a sketch night with a live model. Then on Sunday, they have their Vibe, Flow, and Chill Yoga. And Wednesday is a virtual botanical class. Part 2 continues, and their kids' camp's continuing this week. On Saturday, there's experimental art for ages 9 through 12, as well as kids' art school for ages 6 through 8. On Monday, there's intro to short story writing for ages 12 through 16, as well as the kids' art school for ages 6 through 8 evening session. On Tuesday, there's cartooning for ages 9 through 12. And then Wednesday, there's mixed media for introverts for ages 9 through 12, as well as beat making for ages 8 through 12. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today at Discovery's Library at the Mall, there's a Lego Build and Create monthly challenge. On Saturday, at the Eastport Annapolis Nick Library, they're doing Build It with Legos. Crofton has STEM story time, a story, as well as learning coding basics with Cubetto. Avera Beach has a Lego Create challenge. Glen Burnie is learning to do counted cross stitch, and Odenton has a STEM Saturday working with slime. On Monday, the Crofton Library has Draw Your Feelings with Liz Montague, discussing her comics, and a workshop about drawing your feelings. On Tuesday, Broadneck has the Broadneck Needle Crafters. Then on Wednesday, Glen Burnie has a STEAM Club, and Eastport Annapolis Neck has their Mad Hatters Knitting Club. At Unallocated Space in Severn, tonight they have a virtual happy hour. Tomorrow they have DEF CON 443 Cybersecurity Meetup. Saturday they have another one of their all-day epic LAN parties, featuring games such as Left 4 Dead 2, Among Us, Unreal Tournament, Golf with Friends, Brawlhalla, and the ever-popular Jackbox games, among others. Monday they have their project night, and Wednesday is their open house. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, Saturday, check out our Introduction to 3D Printing workshop. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Did you get close to completing your college degree but dropped out during the COVID pandemic? Well, as a near completer, you may be eligible to receive money from the Maryland Higher Education Commission to finish your degree. Again, if you started your degree but for whatever reason never finished it, the Maryland Higher Education Commission has money to help you return to college and finish what you started. Go to mhec.maryland.gov and click on the Near Completer grant to learn more.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.